Warren Buffett once said, "It takes 20 years to build a reputation and 5 minutes to ruin it." If you think about that, you will do things differently. A very pleasant evening to everyone. On behalf of the organizing committee of Let's Talk IEEE Young Professionals Sri Lanka, I warmly welcome you all for the first session of the 3-day workshop series of Upskill 2023, which is organized with the aim of empowering young professionals by enhancing their knowledge on various aspects with the guidance of leading professionals in the country. This year, we are conducting the event under the theme Echoing the Voice of Success, and I believe this session will bear several valuable facts for each and every one of you. I'm Tara Pereira, your host for the day. To begin with, I cordially invite the chairperson of IEEE Let's Talk 2023, Vismini Amarasinghe, to welcome the gathering. Over to you, Vismini.
Thank you, Mitara. A very good evening, everyone. Our guest speakers, Mr. Thilina Bandara and Mr. Mohamed Rushdi, all the executive members of IEEE Young Professionals Sri Lanka, all of our delegates for joining us today. It's my privilege to welcome you all on behalf of the IEEE Young Professionals Sri Lanka for the first day of the 3-day workshop series of Upskill 2023. Upskill 2023 is a signature project which is done by the IEEE Young Professionals under the national project Let's Talk. It's a transformative program aimed at empowering young professionals by enhancing their knowledge of timely global issues and nurturing their leadership potential with the participation of leading speakers and professionals of the country. We are privileged to have 2 distinguished speakers among us today, none other than Mr. Thilina Bandara and Mr. Mohamed Rushdi. I extend my sincere gratitude to you for generously sharing your time and expertise with us. Your presence here today is genuinely appreciated. From your expert knowledge, our participants will be able to gain valuable knowledge for uplifting their careers. It is truly an honor to have you all here as we gather to explore essential aspects of personal and professional growth. Lastly, I would like to acknowledge each one of you for joining us today. Your presence here demonstrates your commitment to self-improvement and your willingness to embrace new opportunities for growth. I encourage you all to actively participate, ask questions, and make the most out of this session. Once again, thank you, Mr. Thilina Bandara and Mr. Mohamed Rushdi for accepting our invitation. And thank you and enjoy the session. Over to you, Mitara.
Thank you, Vismini, for giving an immaculate start for the event. Now it's time to introduce you to our exceptional guest speaker for the first talk session of the day. Please welcome Mr. Thilina Bandara, a tech solutions expert and an associate principal consultant at Nagaru with a decade of experience as a team player and a leader with a demonstrated history of working in information technology. Mr. Thilina Bandara is a person who always believes that in the widespread arena, having an innovative mindset, accountability,
recording in progress
is key. He will be speaking on the theme Navigating the Real World, and with his experience as a life coach, career coach, and trainer, he will help you all to understand the real world and transition to a professional mindset and many more. So, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our first speaker for the evening, Mr. Thilina Bandara, to address us on navigating the real world. Over to you, sir.
Brilliant. Thank you very much. How are you all doing? I see a lot of young professionals in the forum, more than 60 young professionals joined here. Let's collectively have a collective session. This will not be a just one-way boring session. I don't like boring sessions. I know you also don't like boring sessions. So let's take 2 seconds. I want all of you to find your chat icon and tell me how you're feeling right now. How are you feeling right now? Are you excited? Are you bored? Are you sleepy? Are you after a university lecture and you don't want to be here? Someone pushed you here? What's happening, guys? What are you feeling right now? Somebody is feeling excited. I believe they are the organizing committee because they have seen some people. Anyone else other than the organizing committee? All right, there is Atisharan who is pretty excited about something. Let's see how other people are feeling. How are you feeling? Oh, you're feeling good? Brilliant. So Chamod is feeling excited. Siren is feeling good. Right? Everyone's feeling good. Brilliant. So brilliant. It seems everybody seems pretty okay, pretty good. That's absolutely good to hear. It's the end of the day and you are still here feeling excited and feeling good because we are going to talk about upskilling, which is absolutely a must for us to learn, talk, discuss, and do. Upskilling is the need of the hour, which we will all understand by the end of these few sessions. And I'm absolutely grateful to the IEEE committee here for choosing me as the first speaker. So my job is to make sure that you are looking forward for the next sessions. And they said that this is going to be a 3-day session. At the end of this session, I'm 100% sure that you all who are gathering here will be going out with a lot of differentiation than the people who did not come to this place. For that commitment that you have put to be here amidst of all your other work. I understand all of you are busy people. I understand you have other things. Now, some of you may be students, but you have work. You have assignments, you have assessment, you have presentations, you have vivas, you have projects, you have this and that. You have to watch movies, you have to finish games, you have to be with your loved ones, you have to find girlfriends, boyfriends, a lot of duties to do. Among all of these things, you chose to be here. Either you are pushed or by your own decision, you are here. That's a commitment. That shows dedication. And for that dedication and commitment, thank you, thank you, thank you very much. And I will make sure that I give my 120% to make sure that you get what you're supposed to get within this 1 hour's time. In fact, let's not go through a boring session for the next 1 hour. Let's play a few games. Let's play some things, little activities, and be still excited after the end of this session. Let's, in fact, do a little bit of a game just to start. Let me share my screen, and we're going to do a little thing. You see this map? Yeah. We're going to do a little activity. Let me escape this. Some of you might have access to the Miro. If you don't have access, don't worry. We are going to do a little activity here. And I'm going to share a quick link on the Zoom chat. Just let me know if you can see this and access this chat. Don't do anything for the moment. Just see if you can access. Can someone in the group just confirm that you can access this link? Probably the organizing committee. Mithara, can you access the link? All okay? Can you load the map? It's a Miro link. You don't need to sign up, by the way. If it asks you to sign up, just skip. This is only for comment purpose. Good. You can access or you can't access? Yes, brilliant. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Shamad, for the quick thing. All right, here's brilliant. So most of you can do that. Here, this is what you're going to do. Very simple thing. I want all of you to comment. Don't start. Listen. If you hover your mouse here and press letter C on your keyboard, press letter C on your keyboard. Don't do for the moment. Wait until I finish. Press letter C on your keyboard, and you'll get a little comment icon. And I want you to put that comment icon on where you are at the moment, where you are joining to this. If you are from Jaffna, you put it on the Jaffna. If you are from Galle, Colombo, Kandy, Batticaloa, whatever. If it is not Sri Lanka, just put on the C. Find that place and click there. And when you click there, you can put a comment. I want you to put a comment saying what's your first name, Thilina, and something excited about you. Something exciting about you. I love to play guitar. And don't press enter, just press this arrow icon. There you go. Let's give 3 minutes for all of you to do the same activity. I want you to find where you are locating. Press the letter C button, put a comment. First, your name, and then something exciting about you. Let's start. 3 minutes. If you have any problems, unmute yourself and talk. Come on. And I'll be looking for any comments. Yeah. It's people starting it. Brilliant. Good. Good. Let's give 3 minutes. Good, 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 good. Nice. Nice, 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 nice. Super. Exciting. Super. Come on, everybody, you can do this. Just press letter C and put your comment. I would invite all of you to do this. This is just for fun, just for fun. See, you are going to go to the industry. These are some activities that we typically do. Yeah, let's not have some boring sessions. Let's do some activity and finish this day with some glamour. Everybody, I want you to come here, press the letter C. Very simple. Press the letter C and keep on adding your feedback. Keep on adding your feedback. Yeah, just a comment with your first name and something exciting about you. All right. I love it. Brilliant. I can see a lot of things coming on. Yeah, look at this map. It's getting filled. Come on, everybody, let's do this. Yeah, let's give 1.5 minutes remaining. 1.5 minutes remaining. Oh, brilliant. There are huts. That's good. You don't need to sign up. Somebody's drawing. That's fine. It's okay. Just keep it. If you want to draw, you can draw. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. Come on, come on, come on, everybody. Let's finish this. Add some comment. Right. Add something. Oh, somebody's out of Sri Lanka. That's good. Nice. Nice. It's brilliant. Good. Last minute. Come on, ladies and gentlemen, last minute. Let's fill it up. Fill it up. Fill it up. Fill the entire map. Come on. All right, that's brilliant. See, IEEE, you guys are doing an absolutely brilliant job. See, look at the map. You are impacting the entire Sri Lanka. You are impacting the entire Sri Lanka. You can just take a screenshot of this and put it in your socials. Look at this. It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. That's okay. You can draw, you can do anything that you like. No problem at all. No problem at all. Yep. Look at this. It's filling. I love it. Oh, nice. Let's give some more time. 30 seconds. Let's give 30 seconds. Brilliant, beautiful. I think IEEE team, you need to focus a little bit more on the upside also next time. Talk to the Jaffna also. All right, this is good. This is cool. This is cool. All right, 15 seconds. 10 seconds. Yep, 5 seconds. And start finishing. And stop, 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 stop. Fantastic. Have a look. Guys, have a look. See, look at this. This is you. Look at this. This is you. This is all of you being here on the map, which is absolutely brilliant thing. You all are impressing. You all are adding value to yourself. You all are adding value to other people's lives. You all decided not to be somewhere else, but you decided to be here. Look at this map. Everyone, every dot, every comment represents a valuable person who can change their lives, who can impress someone else, who can influence someone else, who can change a country. Maybe the next big entrepreneur will be one of these comments. Maybe the next big life-changing person may be one of these comments. Maybe one of the vice chancellors, maybe one of the biggest professors, maybe one of the biggest businessmen. Cool. All of you are here. Let's have a read of some comments. Should be interesting. Ganush love to travel. Pasna, same boat. Asha, glad to join. Atishwaran, like to travel. Nafis is learning Korean. Nafis is learning Korean. Pasna, looks cool. Oh, Milni love writing songs. Did you know about that? Ruan loves cricket. Nafis, have you watched Barbie? I don't know which Barbie you are mentioning. I'm watching Barbie, the kids Barbie show, because I have a 2-year-old girl and a 5-year-old girl. Only Barbie I watch is Barbie cartoon on Netflix. Is that the Barbie you mentioned, Nafis? We have Nada, hi Nada, and Tarushi like to play violin. Brilliant. I like to play guitar. Anuradha, love to listening music. Absolutely. What type of music do you like? Nafis again, favorite book is Count of Monte Cristo. Oh yeah. Dishan, hi Dishan. Love art, brilliant. Sihan, hi Dijan. And Asha, glad to join. Nosha, parents proud, absolutely. Minidu, group work, love to sleep. Mahdi, at least someone is very honest. Maroom, love playing games. Don't know what type of games. Depends on the game. Love new things. Love to read, play cricket. Um, love coffee. Night owl. Love being with people. Brilliant, fantastic. I want all of you to give a round of applause to yourself. Give a physical round of applause to yourself. This is absolutely brilliant. This is absolutely brilliant. And because, see, we are being impressed by other people. It's not just us. We are being, I know some of you are being reading others' comments, but if you are really interested, I'll put those comments right out of this session. See, the important thing, ladies and gentlemen, is see, we are being impressed by other people. That's the real truth, isn't it? Why do we go over Facebook or Twitter or Instagram looking at other people? But some people can claim that we are reading gossips. That's one part, but the other part is we get influenced by what other people do. The moment we see somebody has graduated from a university, we get influenced, we get motivated. The moment we say somebody has bought a new car, we get motivated, influenced. That's what you just did. You just influenced an entire new country, some other people, which is absolutely brilliant. So keep on impressing, keep on influencing people, and let's dive sharp into what we are supposed to talk about. I call it arise. What's arise? What's for us to arise? Now we are at a very, I would say, a challenging juncture in your own lives. You are at a university, which is typically a safe zone. If something goes wrong, you will not have to kill yourself like in 3 Idiots. You will still live. Things will be still okay. Your parents will still be there. You will be able to repeat. If you miss something, you'll be able to retry, and still you will pass. Things are okay. But there comes a time that you have to change from this comfortable zone to a little bit of an uncomfortable zone, which is the real world. Now, the real world is not that comfortable, as you may have guessed. Real world have different challenges, completely different set of questions, problems, challenges. its own way of living things, and most of the things are not as you would expect, and the society will be not as you expect. The systems might be not as you expect. So things are going to be changed. Most of you are going to be in the industry, in the real life pretty soon. In fact, that's an interesting question. I want you to put a chat again and say which year you are in. Are you first year, second year, third year, fourth year? Which year are you in? Which year are you in? I want you to put a quick chat. Let's figure out how many people are first years, second years, blah, blah, blah. Even the organizing committee, I want you to reply. So we have second years, first years. Good. Right, let's see. First year, second year. It seems the majority is first years and second years. That's fine. We have fourth years as well. Good. Second years, first years, fourth year. All right. We have a mix of second years, fourth years, third years. Everyone seems majority is second years, but we have third year, fifth year, final year people also. Brilliant. Good. Sounds good. That's fine. But any of you, every one of you will face the same situation where you will feel that your university is a very comfortable zone. And I mean, let me repeat, you do not feel right now that university is a comfortable place, do you? You don't feel that way. You think you will feel that university is not that comfortable. You have a lot of things to do, a lot of why you are coming, a lot of lectures giving you a hard time, difficult time, pressurizing you, and all this stuff. And the moment you get out of the university, you're waiting to get out of the university, right? To enjoy the perks, to enjoy the beauties. Some of you might be waiting to get out of the university to marry or to go abroad, whatever the things. But sometimes we understand that going out to the university, that's actually not the picture that we had, because it's the real life. So this is all about facing the real life. How and what should we expect in the real life after you finish your college, after you finish your university, when you hit the actual career? So we can call this college to career, college to career. This is college to career. And in our words, we call this industry readiness. We call this industry readiness. And if you are really, really, really interested, I run my own personal little YouTube channel on industry readiness in Sinhalese language, Sinhala language only. But there I also talk about industry readiness to a deeper level. But this little 1 hour, we are going to speak on industry readiness and what you need to do, what you need to expect, what's the big deal about this industry readiness. And I want you to remember all these things. So to make that remembering process easy, here's an anagram, arise. Arise is an anagram that I just brought it up so that you can remember the anagram, arise. What's arise? Let's look at it. Arise is a little anagram that we are going to talk about. And let's go to the next one. Okay, well, let me put it back from this one onwards. Arise. A represents, so each word will represent something which is easy for you to remember. And some of the things, let me give you a hint at the very beginning. Some of the things you might not agree with me at this level because you are still the student, because you are still at the university, and you might not feel that because you do not still have that context. You will have that context when you join the industry. If there are any person who has gone to internship, you might agree with me. So are there people who have already gone to industry internships? Put a yes if you have gone to industry internship. Put a yes in the chat if you have gone to industry internship. Let's see if there's anyone who has gone to industry internships. Possibly no. Okay, that's one person. Thanks, Ruan. So at least the people who are going to industry internships will agree with some of the things, and some of you might not really feel the things that I'm going to talk, and some of you might even feel that that's not that important. But after that, college to career step, industry readiness becomes number one. your job, your dreams, your dream job, your entire life's purpose completely is going to be dependent on how much you are ready to face the industry, which we call industry readiness. Industry readiness is about multiple things. Number one is your skills, and number two is your mindset. How do you think about that? And here we are going to have a very quick summary of industry readiness using this acronym. So A represents adapting in the real world. How fast can you adapt in the real world? And R, I'm going to combine the first one and the second one together so that it's easy for us. R, if you have assumed it, it's correct, it's resilience. So A is adapting or adaptability, R is resilience in the real world. So A is again adaptability, adapting to the real world or to the real circumstances, and R is resilience in the real world. What is adaptability and what is resilience? Let's have a quick look. Look at the definitions. Being in universities, you are very, very eager to learn definitions. Yeah, I'll give you 10 seconds to read this. As you might have guessed, adaptability is the quality of being able to adjust to new and varying conditions. Things will change, and when that change happens, how fast can you adjust to that change? That's a very important criteria for you to be really good in the industry. Basically, industry readiness. And as you're stepping to the real world, adaptability becomes number one skill. Number one skill that you should be ready with. And resilience, what is resilience? As you may have guessed, the capacity to recover quickly from difficulties and toughness. Every day in the industry, we will be having change and we will be having tough situations, difficulties. It's a common thing in any industry that you'll be giving. Let's find what type of industries you are looking for. Now, I heard that there are different students from different departments. I'm assuming everyone's from engineering background. So which type of departments are you from? Let's have a quick chat again. Everybody, put your department, put your industry, put your industry. Let's find what's EEE. I think it's electrical engineering. I guess it's electrical, data science. We have software people. We have computer science people. We have SE means software engineering, computer science, electronics and electrical. Okay. Civil people, software, mechatronics. Nice. I like that. Software, right? Mechatronics. Oh, nice. Great. Electronics, computer science, ICT, super. Applied science. Oh, like that's good. That's good. Civil. Right. See, we have IT. Thanks, Tisira. We have people from different industries, right? We have people from different industries. Now that's quite okay. But here's the truth. Whatever the industry is, ladies and gentlemen, you're going to have these two things: change and difficult situations. You can be a computer scientist, you can be an electronics engineer, you can be a project manager, you can be a civil engineer, you can be a businessman, you can be even you can be a mother. And in the real world, you can be a house, you can be at your house without doing any job. Still, you will have changing situations and tough, difficult situations. In changing situations, how much can you adjust to that change is adaptability. And how much quickly can you recover from difficult situations is resilience. I want you to question this now. Looking at your past, do you remember any difficult situations, any tough situations where you had to face? Were you able to quickly adapt to that? Were you able to quickly adjust to that situation? And were you able to quickly recover from it and come back to the natural rhythm? Now, the answer to that question can be a little difficult to different people, because some of us are naturally not that fast in resilience. It's like a elastic. Some elastics, when you pull it and let it go, it'll quickly come back to the normal position. But some elastics, it'll take a little time, and sometimes it'll not even come to the original position. So most of us are different. You got to appreciate our ability to adapt and to be resilient. So I want you to do that little thing again. I want to actually take a pen and paper. I want you to do this thing right now. I want you to do this thing right now. Write these two words, adaptability and resilience, and put a circle around that, because that will be your number one quest that you need to know when you are trying to get into the real world. Now, if you ask me, now I've been in the industry for close to 15 years, I guess. And all day, every day, what we find is different, difficult, tough, challenging situations and changing situations. And we got to adapt to them. We got to be resilient about them. And we can't say no, because the moment we say no, we have failed. What's the value of saying no? It's very difficult to say no to these difficult situations. You got to embrace them. You got to challenge the situation. You got to challenge the challenge. So now you have two things that you need to do some homework. And here's my tip to you. If you want to learn, and if you want to learn the art of adaptability and resilience in work life, you have to know one thing. If you don't have that one thing, you will not be adaptable. You will not be able to be resilient. And that one thing is you need to know your life's purpose. So write down, ladies and gentlemen, what's my life's purpose? Write it down. What's my life's purpose? Because if you know life's purpose only, you can adapt and be resilient. You may have seen people who are not adapting, who are not resilient. I have seen people. Mostly it's because they don't have a bigger vision. They don't have a bigger purpose. If you don't have a bigger purpose, you'll just say no and let it go and just move out of the game. You need to have a bigger vision. And only if you have that bigger vision, you will be able to adapt and be resilient. I believe we are all good. So here's the first thing. A and R represents adaptability and resilience. And the trick to find adaptability and resilience is through finding your own purpose. Some of you might already have found out your own purpose. And some of us will take a long time to find our own purpose. That's fine. But if you're not done yet, I want you to give a little try to see if you can find out your own purpose. What's my life's purpose? Now, don't tell me something like, I want to become a rich person. That's not a purpose. If you want to be rich, how much rich? What type of rich? You want to be like Trump? You want to be like what? What's your purpose of being rich? What's your real purpose? You want to be this person, that person? You want to do this, that, something purpose. If you have not yet found that purpose, I want you to read something, find your life's mission, set a mission for your life, find your life's purpose. And if you have the purpose for your life, ladies and gentlemen, you will be able to do this. What? You'll be able to adapt to difficult, changing situations, and you'll be able to be resilient to difficult life situations. When I say difficult situations, it's not only job, it's not only the work, even your own personal life, you will have these things. You may have heard that people are you may have heard the statistics of increasing number of suicides, which is an alarming situation. So ask yourself the question, am I able to face difficult questions, new conditions, changing situation? Am I able to withstand? So do you have a purpose? Let's do a quick test. Just type yes if you know what your life's purpose is by now. If you don't know what your life's purpose is, just put no. And saying no is completely fine. I myself didn't know that. So I want you to put yes or no. Do you know your life's purpose or not? Put yes. If you know, put no. If you don't know. If you put no, you have time. Take 10 seconds. Put a yes if you know what your life's purpose is. Brilliant. Thank you. It's okay to say no, by the way. Completely okay to say no. Good. See, look at yourself. You have a stream, you have a river of yes and no's. It is completely okay. Some of you have a very strict and very strongly set purpose, and sometimes that comes from your own family, from your upbringing, from your own culture. Some of you might not be privileged. Some of you have bigger issues. That's completely okay to say no. I want you to give one more try, starting from today. Don't postpone for tomorrow. That's why I asked you to put this in your paper. Adapt, resilience. You need to find your life's purpose. So I want you to start working right today itself. Before going to bed, I want you to read something, do something about it, and try to find what your life's purpose is. If you're not clear, ask for help. You can reach me, you can reach anyone, and try to find the life's purpose, which is a very important thing. Let's move forward. In RISE, we have talked about A, we have talked about R. Thanks for everyone for responding. See, ladies and gentlemen, we sometimes compare ourselves with other people, especially when we come to the industry, and see, I'm not strong as him, I'm not intelligent like him. But you know the reality? When it comes to the industry, when it comes to the real life, it's not the strongest person who will survive. It's not the most intelligent person who will survive. Just like Charles Darwin said, it's the person who has the most adaptability and resilience who will survive. Not the strongest, not the intelligence, most adaptable and most resilient person. I want you to be stronger, intelligent, adaptable, and resilient. Then you become a mega power. And I trust all of you. I believe that you can do that. Let's talk about the third one, which is industry insights. Industry insights means you need to know what's happening in the industry. You need to know about what's the current trends that's going on in the industry. Without knowing this, it's like completely being blank and blind and try to step a stone, which is going to fail. And some of you might think this is too much. Well, I agree it's too much, but the times have changed. See, even 2-3 years ago, we were not even talking about AI this much. See what has happened. Now, slowly, AI is becoming a commodity. And I'm pretty sure in about few months, everything will have an AI component in it. Even going to the washroom will have something to do with AI. I believe something is coming up. Drinking tea will have something to do with AI. Everything will have some sort of a AI component, which means you and my work is being challenged by AI. You can be mechatronics person, you can be a data science person, you can be a electrical electronics person, computer science person, civil person, any person. Remember, AI is going to challenge you. So which means we need to know about the industry insights, and we need to be industry ready when we are stepping in to the industry, and we need to be ready to adapt. What's industry insights? I think it's collection of two things. We need to know about the industry insights, which is in-depth understanding about your own industry. And number two is about professional landscape. Professional landscape is what about the broader sense, broader job market, broader career opportunities, and broader understanding about various industries. Are you aware of broader industries? Do you know about in-depth and do you know about the broad? So it's about knowing both depth and breadth. Example, look at some industry insights. Do you know about the competitive landscape of your own industry? For example, I heard that there are computer science people. Do you know about the IT industry? What are their competitive landscape? Are they being challenged at the moment, or are they not? Are there new entrants coming? Are there a lot of competition between companies? Are there entrants coming from foreign countries? Freelancers. These are all competitive landscape in the IT industry. So do you know about this IT landscape? And what are the market trends? Now, everybody talks about AI and ChatGPT. People think ChatGPT is the only AI. But do you know about the other market trends that are happening? And do you know about the consumer behavior? Are people more going towards IT related products or not? Do you know about the professional landscape, which is the broader picture? Do you know about the broader market? Do you know the job roles and the required qualifications in different industries? Do you know the potential challenges if you try to apply to some other industry? Do you know what growth you can go if you go to some prospects? You can be a computer scientist, data scientist, but you can still apply for a bank. You can be a civil engineer, but you can still get through your uh, diplomas or something and get into data science. There's no difficulty. You can be an applied science person and you can still become a top-notch architect. Nothing stopping that, which means the professional landscape is large and you have many opportunities. So I in ARISE stands for Industry Insights, which is something you need to know to be industry ready. S. S is the most important thing in my sense. S stands for skills, as you might have guessed. Now, skills is typically underestimated and I would say not properly understood by some of the people. So let's try to be very clear on what we mean by skills when you come to the industry, especially when you come to the industry, and also when you go out of the university to your real life. I like to segregate skills into two things. Number one is job related skills or profession related skills. You are from a certain industry and there are certain skills needed to that particular industry. And then there are some common skills needed by every industry of your sort, which are typically called soft skills. So we have industry specific skills and some other set of skills, industry specific and not so industry specific, common general skills. Let's dig into industry specific skills first. Pretty simple, isn't it? So let's take an example. I heard that there are computer science people. I saw that there are mechatronics related people. Let's take a simple example. Let's get someone from computer science. Who would like to unmute your mic and have a little chat? It's a very good chance for you to speak up, which is a very good chance for you to learn the art of communicating and get your ideas clear. So I'm giving you a chance for someone from the computer science stream. You can just unmute and volunteer to speak. Let's have a quick chat. Don't worry, this is your friends. You're speaking in front of your friends. This is also a skill, by the way. The ability to talk is a brilliant skill that you need to have. We'll talk about that later. But before that, I want someone to volunteer. Come on. Who'd like to volunteer? Okay, it doesn't need to be computer science. Anyone who'd like to volunteer. Let's have a little chat about skills. Apparently, everybody is silent. Come on, gentlemen, ladies, somebody, don't keep me here waiting. Come on, don't keep me here waiting. If you get this chance in the real world, and if you do not get this chance, the chance is gone. This can be a life-changing situation. There are some questions. I'll come to the questions. I want to volunteer right now. Come on, one volunteer. This is a life-changing situation, ladies and gentlemen. This is an opportunity. Don't let opportunities fly away from you. This is an opportunity, ability to talk. Opportunity to talk is an opportunity. This is an opportunity. Don't let it fly away from you. Just unmute. Let's talk. Come on. Mic is not allowed. Oh, right. Then let's get someone from the organizing committee. Come on, organizing committee. Who would like to talk? Somebody who can unmute your mic.
Now, okay, sir.
All right. Somebody can unmute your mic and talk. Give me a name. Give me a name. Give me a name. Come on. Give me a name. Okay.
Sir.
Hi. What's your name?
Hi, I'm Anik.
Anik.
I'm Anik
Anik.
from SLTC.
SLTC, right?
Yes.
You can hear me correctly, right, Anik?
Yes,
What's
sir.
your name? Am I pronouncing your name correctly? Anik.
Yes, sir.
Good. Anik, what's your field? What's your industry?
We take electronic.
Electronic. So are you first year, second year?
Third year undergraduate.
Third year undergraduate. Anik, tell me from your perspective, what do you think are some industry specific skills that we are looking for from an electronics undergraduate? I'm also coming from electronics and electronics and telecommunication background. So I'll help you. Tell me some industry specific skills that we are looking for from your perspective.
I think research and development side, like a Synopsys company, or that thing I searching for a job opportunity, but they are making kind of research in agricultural and creating a product, those things.
So
So
one
that
skill,
things will help to
one skill, I'm asking for skills. So one skill you are saying is ability to do research and development. That's a skill, I agree.
yes,
Any other skill?
and business presentation.
That's not industry specific. That's a general.
Okay.
Even ability to do research and development is not industry specific, it's general. Being an electronics person, what are electronics research related skills? Do you need the ability to solder?
Currently, I'm working in a small startup with the friends. Call it
I'm asking.
Agrarian.
No,
We are
I'm asking.
creating a
Anika, I'm asking, do you believe ability to
yeah,
solder
product.
is a
Yes.
skill? Can some others help, Anik? This is a friend.
Solder
Come
skills
on.
means
Is there anyone who can help?
Yes, for someone who is pursuing in electronics, yes, soldering is an important skill.
Okay, so you think soldering is an important skill. What type of other skill do you think? Industry specific skill?
PCB designing.
PCB designing, brilliant. Something else?
Coding skills.
Coding, absolutely necessary. So we need soldering, we need PCB designing, we need coding, and then one more. What about CAD? Knowing some CAD tools?
Yes.
Yeah, it's necessary, right? So we need
Yes.
CAD. Okay. Anything else that comes to your mind? What about, have you done anything related to FPGA, like digital signal processing? No?
Yes, sir.
So, which means digital signal processing. Some of you might have done some advanced digital system designing. These are skills. You need to have simple skills like soldering. You need to have ability to understand electronics design and interpreting that electronics design. You need to have the skill of designing a PCB. You need to have a skill of planning a PCB. You need to have a skill of coming up with the actual PCB. You need to have a skill of CAD design, certain CAD design tools, some of the main related software languages. sometimes knowing some sort of interpreters, and you need to have the basic skill of digital signal processing and system design, and go on and go on. There'll be these skills that are industry specific. So if you are not from this industry, this might not be directly linked to you. If you are a software person, there are certain skills. You need to know your certain software languages. You need to know certain design principles. You need to know about database management. You need to know about your programming principles. You need to know about architecture, and you need to know about algorithms. You need to know about designing code. You need to know about some fundamental coding principles, double OP. These are some skills that's needed. So there are industry specific skills, and then comes general skills. So I want you to find out these things. So there are industry specific skills and general skills. General skills are needed by every one of you. Here are some examples. You need to know these general skills. Ability to communicate clearly. If you cannot communicate clearly and tell your idea clearly, you need to have that ability. You need to have that skill. I believe that's the most important skill. Even if you are less in your industry specific skills, and if you can do this communication properly, you'll have a lot of chances. Ability to communicate properly is a very important skill, general skill, when it comes to the real life after the university. Not just communicating, but ability to communicate clearly and getting things done. Ability to influence is another skill. Negotiation is another skill. Problem solving skills is another skill. How fast can you come to a concession between difficult problems? Another thing, another skill. How fast can you work and glue with a new set of people? Team working, your leadership skills. How fast can you break a quarrel, a difficult person? How can you influence other person? How fast can you market yourself? Your sales skills. These are all general skills. And let's talk about that. Let's think about that, ladies and gentlemen. I want you again put in your notes. I want you all to say skills are divided into two: industry specific skills and general skills. List as much as possible. I want you to do this today, by the way. I want you to list down as much as possible industry specific skills and general skills, and know what you want to grow now. Because if you do not grow, remember, there are people that are coming to the industry with those skills. If you say my presentation skills are bad, boo, there are people coming with your same certification level with presentation skills. So the priority will be going to them, because presentation skills is a must. Ability to communicate clearly is a must. Problem solving skills is a must. Analytical skills is a must. Leadership must. Teamwork must. How can you grow these things? You grow these things by solving problems. So I invite all of you, ladies and gentlemen, to solve problems. It can be university related problems. It can be assignments. It can be assessments. It can be final year projects. Find as many projects as you can find and solve them, either single-handedly or being in a team. You have many contests. You have many coding contests. You have, I'm sure IEEE has many contests organizing. Google, you have many coding festivals. You have many robot competitions. You have many other industrial competitions, many other problems coming in your way, many other CSR activities. There are industry problems. There are government problems. There are many problems. I want you all to solve as much as problems. Put them in your CV and you become a problem solver. The moment you start solving problems, ladies and gentlemen, you start getting these skills. See, the only way of getting skills is by solving problems, getting into other activities. Like you get into your clubs, your Rotaract club, your Toastmasters club, your Gavel club, and the other clubs that you are in. The meaning of going into these clubs is to get these general skills. So I want you to start immediately with those extracurricular activities. and your education plus projects, which will allow you to solve problems. Now, you might be coming from a civil, you may be coming from mechatronics, mechanical, communication, computer, electrical, anything. There are many online sources which allows you to grow these skills. So I want you to grow these skills. Two types of skills. I want to write it down: industry specific skills, general skills. Write as much as possible and see what skills do you want to improve. Again, I'm available in multiple social media channels. Reach me, reach the IEEE, reach your university staff, and get your skills sharpened, because that's number one. Get into the industry. Industry readiness is number one. Finally, ladies and gentlemen, in our RISE acronym, the last one is to embrace this journey. Now you are in your university, which is a very cool place to be. The moment you finish your university, you feel that, I should have been in the university for at least a few more years. Because the moment you come to the industry, you can't hide, because there's someone paying you or you are paying yourself. Either you become employee or you start your own business. Whatever the situation is, you are responsible, you are accountable for something, and that's a journey. And the last E tells you that this life that you and me have is a marathon, not a sprint. Just because you pass the graduation with A plus or first class, that's not the end, ladies and gentlemen. The life goes on and goes on, goes on. If you just fail one subject, that's not the end of life. There's a journey in front of you. If you do not get enough marks, that's not the end of life. That's a journey in front of you. If you do not get your girlfriend, boyfriend, that's not the end of life. That's a journey. Try harder to get her. There are many ways. That's also a skill, by the way. This is the life. This is a journey. I want you to embrace and enjoy this journey. And this journey is a marathon, not a sprint. Love this journey. And if you start loving this journey, if you find your passion, if you can find what you really, really love doing and convert that to your work, you'll enjoy your work. And if you start enjoying your work, you'll never say, I'm busy. You'll never say, I don't have time for this. You'll never say, I'm bored. You will never say, this life sucks. You'll never post in Facebook saying, I want to go on holiday. No, because you are doing what you really love doing. I want you to find that passion. I want you to find that fire inside you and turn that into your real job. If you can do that, you will embrace this journey. So let's recap what we told as a RISE. A stands for adaptability, R was for resilience, I was for industry in information and knowing about your professional setup, S was for skills, and E was for embracing the journey. Now, if you can do this, ladies and gentlemen, you will rise like fire. You will find the fire inside you, and you will enjoy your life and be successful in your life, and you will find your inner strength coming up, and you will be more than ready to step into the next life, which is the real life. With the permission of our performers and the organizing committee, I'll take about 3 minutes to see if you have any questions. And if you have any questions, this is a time where you can put your questions again until you put your question.
Hadhi.
There's some question coming up. Until you make up your mind. Until you make up your mind about the questions, let me remind you again. I have a personal YouTube channel that I run on industry readiness called Lium Karu in single medium. So if you have anything, let's just connect. I'll be able to help you. All right, time for questions. There was one question think I saw. When it comes to industry, does the recognition of the university matters? If I correctly read your questions, no. The question comes from Snow. I think it's John Snow. Industry, does the recognition of the university matters? The short answer is no. In fact, it doesn't matter to us whether you are coming from this university or that university or this university or that university or with that degree or this degree or with this diploma, that diploma. No. Then you will ask, then what do you want? We want people who are industry ready. That's it. If you are industry ready, you can be from whatever the industry, whatever the job, whatever the degree program, we will hire you. Industry is looking for people who are industry ready. I hope your question is answered. Right, there's a personal question. You can put public questions, by the way, guys. Put a public question. How to build a professional network? How to build a professional network? See, your IEEE team is right now doing that. It's not a magic. See, look at the IEEE team. They are already making a professional network. They are talking to us. They are talking to other brilliant industry people who are absolutely more brilliant than me. They're talking to absolutely brilliant industry leaders. That's how you build network. You join these nice opportunities, nice clubs. You have your LinkedIn good, and you talk to people, invite them, and get into them. Go industrial visits and ask for help and make sure that you are connected to them. You start learning the language they talk. I'm pretty sure the committee who started talking to us, they learned a lot. Simple example, they have sent me a long list of, documents saying this is the expectation of this presentation. And then I give a quick call and ask, what's your target audience? What difficult question? And they have to quickly make up their mind and answer me in just 2-3 seconds. I don't give them time and they don't have time, so let me check back and come back. No, I want the answer now. So it's a tough question. It's a challenging situation. And if you meet with these industry people, they will challenge you and you will learn from that. So the answer to that, how to build professional network, is by working in projects like this. Get into IEEE, get into any other club and start solving problems. All right, one last question and I'll be dashing out, because I believe you have a wonderful speaker coming up next. Any other question? All right. Facing rejection during the job application process can be disheartening for a fresh graduate like me. How can I deal with it? Hironi, yes, I agree with you. Facing rejection is disheartening, absolutely. But look at it in another way. It's an opportunity for you. See, if one person rejects you, that's an opportunity for you to grow, because now you know one more step how you can be rejected. Fix that and go to the next step. For example, here's the trick. If you get rejected, directly call them. If you get rejected by a company, directly call them and ask, sir, can you please help me to understand where I can improve? I want all of you to call them and ask this question. We are waiting for that call. Nobody calls us and asks where I went wrong. If you fail your interview, if you fail your CV, call them and ask, sir, madam, how can I improve? What went wrong? Can you please advise? I want to do a better job. Can you please advise? Do that. And they are more than willing to help because you are the fresh blood. So, Hiruni, if something goes wrong, that's an opportunity for you to even better, because their expectations are higher. That's the reality, right? They're expecting like this, and you are here, which means there's a gap. And they will tell you, Hiruni, this is your gap. You have to know this if you want this job. Because look at this. what's really happening is there is a job description for the people to hire, and they are ready to pay 100,000 rupees for someone to do this job, and your CV and your interview is here. Your skills are not enough, and they will have to say yes. They are not ready to accept someone who is not skilled enough. So there's a gap. I want you to find that gap and fill that gap. You have to come here for them to offer that 100,000 rupees. Otherwise, they are inclined to say no. So, Hiruni, I want to consider it as a gap filling exercise. Find the gap, know the gap, and fill the gap. It's a very good question, Hiruni. And good luck for your next interview. There are a few more questions coming. Organizers, can you let me know if I can take this or I need to stop right here?
Yes, so you can go ahead, please.
Okay, I'll take two more. I saw in your link, somebody has looked at my LinkedIn bio. Shamali, I saw in your LinkedIn bio you have mentioned that you make things happen. So can you please explain whether the adaptability and resilience have been a plus point for you to make things happen? Absolutely, Shamali, absolutely. If there's one thing that I can look at my past and say, what am I good at? I'm good at making things happen. I have had scenarios where I was not the leader of the project, but things are not going on the wrong way. Things are going on the wrong way, and I felt that. And at that time, not even being the leader of that team, I voluntarily did some extra work to bring the project back to the correct path. And for me, it was adaptability and resilience. Now, I personally know that if I didn't do that extra work, that project must have failed. Now, true, nobody must have seen that. Nobody may have appreciated me. Nobody gave me extra money. But I have that internal pride that I made things happen. And there were many difficult situations where I had to do some extra work and commit. And I was a failure, just like the early friend said. There were many situations I was failed, but I didn't give up. I made sure that next time I made it even better. Even last week there was a situation like that where there was a presentation that we need to make, and there was one spot for me. Thilina had to do this, and I tried. I proposed about 7 types of presentation slides, and I guess about the 8th one was accepted, and it was a difficult situation because the entire project depends on that particular slide. Sort of a difficult situation. So to make things happen, you need resilience and adaptability, as you said. But later you will understand. I actually did not say that. Shamali, to become resilient and adaptability, you need a brilliant family. I can do all of these things because I have a beautiful, brilliant family besides me, my wife and my kids and my other people. And that's the thing that I did not say. You will learn that when you also have a family. Thank you very much. So you can make things happen when you have a support system, which is your family. Last question. Graduates may have student loans and other financial responsibilities. How to manage financial pressure? Ah, what a nice question. You guys are asking spot on questions. I'll take only 2 minutes and get out of the scene. Otherwise, you will kick me out. You have financial burden. It's not only loans. I understand you have a lot of financial burdens. And here's the difficult part, ladies and gentlemen. Some of you might get out the university, and then your parents will get goosebumps and try to, hook you up with someone. Time to marry, right? So some of you will marry right after the university. Then your financial burdens will double up, triple up. So things will still need to be managed. I want you to be financially literate, and it takes time. But if you can't do anything else, I want to do one thing. See, I'm also doing that one thing. Every month, I'm managing my money. If you can manage your daily expenses and things, that's fine. But for me, I've tried that, didn't work. I do at least one thing for sure. I monthly manage my income and expenses. Your income and expenses you need to manage. How to do that? Here's a very quick trick that you can do. Whenever you get money, income, I want you to first pay yourself. Here's my money and how much I'm going to pay for myself. So pay for yourself first. Rest, I want to manage for other things. How much I'm going to give for loan, how much to save, how much for later purpose, how much to give it to the family, how much for the girlfriend, boyfriend, how much for having fun, how much for health and other things, how much blah, blah, blah. So here's the trick. You get the money, first pay yourself, and the rest of the things you divide. That's the simplest answer that I can give. But financial literacy is a must. Financial management is a different subject. If you want, let's have a quick chat. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for this opportunity. You guys were absolutely fire, as I just assumed. And thank you very much, the IEEE young professionals. You are absolutely, really, really, really professionals. All of you are really professionals. Brilliant job done. And I'm eagerly waiting for this great session to end up and to see some brilliant professionals coming up for this session. And when you come up into the industry, you and me, we will bump into each other. And that time, a gap between you and me, it will be not, teacher and student type of a thing. We'll be machangs. You will call me machang. You can call me machang when you come to the industry. So I'm eagerly waiting for that time where you can come to the industry and we can call you machang. You can call me machang. See you guys.
And our Q&A session comes to an end like that. We are out of words to express our gratitude to you, sir. Thank you so much for sharing your valuable experiences with us. And I'm sure that all the participants with us today have learned a bunch of things that guide them to successfully navigate the world. And now it's time to present the token of appreciation to our guest speaker for the first talk session of Upskill 2023. Thank you so much, Mr. Thilina Bandara, for that inspirational and very engaging session. It is a great pleasure to have you as one of our guest speakers for the day. And as a sign of our gratitude, please accept this digital token of appreciation. Once again, thank you, sir, for dedicating your time with us. The session hasn't come to an end yet, guys. There's another talk session coming up, so stay with us. And before that, let's take a quick group photo. I kindly request you all to turn on your cameras, the group photo. The virtual background has been shared in the chat. You can use the virtual background, or if you're unable to set up the virtual background, no problem, you can join us. Once again, I request you all to turn on your cameras. Okay, on my count, say cheese, guys. 3, 2, 1. Okay, thank you everyone for joining for the group photo. And once again, Mr. Thilina Bandara, thank you for accepting our invitation. Your presence here with us is honestly appreciated. Thank you, sir. And here we are back again with a different perspective. According to John Maxwell, a leader is one who knows the way, goes the way, and shows the way. I hope you all agree with me. But what's leadership according to Mr. Mohamed Rushdi? That remains a question. Here we've come to witness the beginning of the second half of the event. Let me introduce you to our amazing guest speaker for the talk session on leading with empathy. Please welcome Mr. Mohamed Rushdi Hadhi. Mr. Mohamed Rushdi is a leadership trainer and coach who has more than 15 years of experience in training people and businesses via his training initiative. Currently, he is heading the Career Guidance and Entrepreneurship Empowerment Unit of NSBM Green University. Previously, he worked on several corporate organizations such as WSO2, Lanka Software Foundation, Fonterra, Unilever, and Moda Confectionery. He is currently acting as an advisor for the IEEE SL Inspire program. He was also judged as one of the top 10 emerging young leaders of Sri Lanka, and he became the runners-up of the Business Executive of the Year award. So, we believe that we have the perfect individual to talk about how we can lead with empathy. Please welcome Mr. Mohamed Rushdi for the second talk session of Upskill 2023. Over to you, sir.
Hi, thank you very much, Mitara, for that wonderful introduction. So just checking with the organizing committee that I'm audible. And actually, I had to come out from my home urgently so that I'm not in my standard working area, which has a lot of proper lighting. Apologies for that. Hope the audience can see me also slightly, but anyway, we will be taking through the presentation. And organizing committee, just for my understanding, so it's 6:30, so I have to wind up at what time? So we're going to finish the session at, so that I can plan my phase of delivery.
Sir, by 7:30.
Right, so 7:30, I have to hand over the mic to the organizing committee. Yes? Fine.
Yes, sir.
Cool. Just to be even like 7:25, I have to stop and you have to have 5 minutes. That's fine. Just to understand my pace. That's all. Right. So 7:30, I'll hand over the mic, which will the end of the Q&A also. Right. Yes. Okay. Hi everyone. So it's wonderful to be here, and absolutely this. Give me. I'll share my screen. Give me a second. Hope you can see my presentation now. Yes. Okay. Just check. Hope I'm audible and I'm visually okay from the organizing committee.
Yes, sir.
Right. So team. So this is a kind of tough task now. A boring evening. So night is starting to begin. And actually, the previous speaker, he did a great job. But it's like Sangakara and Mahela putting up a partnership, and then comes Dilshan to run the show. So today I'll be having an interactive session also, right? And then the second session always is challenging and somewhat boring. So main thing in this session is like, I will have videos for you to share. I have some questions putting in the chat box so that you have to respond. And then we will have an interactive interaction in this session. Organizing committee, as I informed, I will be asking you to put the questions as and when I need them. Right. So today's topic is leading with empathy. So you all are here with this mindset. I know, because what is exactly leading with empathy, right? Sometimes some topics are generic, right? You know that this fellow will come and talk this, but this topic is kind of not so clear for some people, I guess, right? So leading with empathy. So what's there? So let me tell something like this. So for that, we have to break down these topics. So it's a simple theory, school theory. Break down this topic into two main points. Then we'll understand both the topics separately. Then you will see how this will connect. So we have to see what leadership is first, then what is empathy, then why it is important to lead with empathy, right? So that is the approach I'm going to have here, the breaking down approach. Right? So this is a question for you all. You can answer this in the chat. Best IPL captain, Rohit or Dhoni? Don't think out of IPL. Don't think the trophies or other activities happening outside IPL. Solely from IPL performances, 15 years, 5 trophies each. Dhoni has 5 and Rohit has 5. Who is the best IPL captain in terms of leader? I want the answers. Dhoni. It's by default Dhoni, right? Nobody's counting for Rohit. Why? Then that's my answer. Yeah, I also, yeah, yes, everyone is counting for Dhoni, obviously. So why? Because both have five trophies. So why? You can put in the chat. So nobody has answered that question. Why? Cool, captain. Very good attitudes. Right. Cool. Dhoni has a lot of things, and like I just wanted to ask you, and I will connect in the upcoming slides, right? So everyone is understanding here now. Dhoni is the best, right? Good leadership skill, right? Fine. Thank you very much, guys. So now you all know that when you take something to connect Dhoni, you will resonate it well, right? Dhoni as a captain. That's what, if you take as players, Rohit, if I ask the same question, is Rohit or Dhoni is the best player? You will have both the answers, for sure, right? So they are talented in their own. They have their own records. But captain, it is default that everyone goes with Dhoni, right? Now, so after the organizing committee, you can drop the link of the Q1 in the chat. Before that, the team can watch the video. Just watch the video. The one I want to make it home, and maybe one day I'll bear your child, and maybe we'll have a son and daughter, and so I said, if the world ends tomorrow, I would be content that heart will the lost that I touch with my own. Right. So now the organizing committee can put the question in the chat and you all can answer. So you have seen a scenario in this video, right? An unknown person pointing a glass and showing that what if you were me. So people who are going across, they don't see the person who is begging for money. They come in front of the glass and see their own faces. So he's putting the board, what if you were me, and asking for money. You see few people were putting money on the sheet and some were not. So you have question, same question, what will you do? There is a question in the chat. So I want answers to see how this audience. Okay. 12. 13, I'm getting, yeah. Right, you know, actually there are 3 answers. I have broken into boy and girl to just see whether how this gender biasness also impacting this decision. That's all. So simply there are 3 options. Definitely I'll give. Sometimes I'll give because not sure. And I will not give. Right, because it's doubtful. So we have got 16 responses. I hope I can get 1 or 2 more. So interesting observations. So far, no boy has said that I will not give, but 5% of girls have said I will not give also. Right, 20 is a good sample. So let me take into my summary of pie charts. So 40% of the respondents say either boy or girl together, the first response, right? I will give. Then 55% is the center point. I will sometimes give, right? So we have more responses. Half of the pie chart is sometimes, right? And I will not give this again, like few girls have said so. No boy has said that I will give, right? So what's in it this? So we just have this thing, and now only we are diving into the theory of this presentation, right? Right. So you can remember that I was telling 2 points. So what I did before these 2 slides, an entry to the concept to think yourself through. So one thing is evident that you can see my pie chart, maybe organizing committee is not so good. I get it there. Right. Yeah. You would see here simply, right? More than half is doubtful, right? And then almost 45%, yes, without thinking, they will tell. So what is understandable, the audience you here are not thinking the same way, which is perfectly okay. So I'm not telling this is the right answer or wrong answer, but from the audience, a set of people should think differently at the end of the presentation, right? That is what I wanted to show here also. That's what I want to say here also, right? The way you thought might not be the correct, way you thought might be the correct also, right? That is the heads up here, right? What's in the chat? Okay, that's fine. Okay, chat is done. Right? Role of a leader. So I'm asking you, who are the leaders you see in your life? In your house, in your school, in your university, maybe government officers, corporates, country. So we all have seen enough leaders, right? So what is the role of a leader? Is it doing work? Absolutely no. Leader's role is not to do the work, right? So that is why the picture here sums it up. The leader, where's the leader? Leader has a binocular. So he sees the far bigger picture. So that's what leaders do. Then the rest of the people, team members, starts rowing. Then the boat goes. May it be a house or school or a corporate or a country. That is how leader stands. So you should always know that this what is the role of a leader? Simply put into 3 things. Getting a set of different people to accomplish a common goal. Right? You can see now the leader is driving the people, different people, common goal. Can you see the bolded, color-coded words here? That is the nature of leadership. Whenever you are a leader, you apply it. That's why I told some examples, starting from house to the country. You will have different people, but as a leader, you have to drive them to a common goal. So that is the main thing about leadership. You will never have equal people like robots, right? And all there can be different individual goals for them, but as a leader, you should drive them for a common goal. Let's say a company, the leader should drive them for a common goal of profitability or whatever the targets, but the individual people can have their individual goals. Like a young person should have a goal to marry, maybe another person have goal to put the kid into the school, so that their personal life goals will be parallelly running. Then there's a professional life goal. So people with different personal backgrounds, personal goals coming to the organization, and the leader should give a common goal for the organization and drive them. So are you all really clear about the role of a leader? Right? This is applicable for anywhere. Any alternative thoughts? I hope so. No. Right? Now you are knowing the role of a leader. Now we know. Right? Now what we need to know, and what is a challenge for a leader? As I already said, different peoples having different problems is a challenge of a leader. Yes, in this picture, different languages, different haircuts, different personalities, different ages, different backgrounds. So they all come from different things, but with occasion, they have to come for a common goal. Then, so since there are different people, there will be different backgrounds and problems they will have. So that will also remain with the leader. So what next? Then I am asking, what is the most important leadership trait? So imagine you are a leader, country or corporate. You will have different people who will have different problems and different aspirations. Now you have to make sure that you drive them all to one common goal. So that is what, ladies and gentlemen, empathy becomes the most important leadership trait. Why? You will understand that after learning what is empathy. So I am coming back to my topic. Leading with empathy is our topic. I have broken down what is leading, and now you can see the connection that leading itself by default needs empathy. So what is empathy? We will talk in the next slide. Any questions from the things I have shared so far? Wait, there's a chat. All good, superb, right? So now we are jumping to the second part of the note, that is empathy. So what is empathy? Can you please read it out? Someone from the audience, to make sure that you are not sleeping. Any volunteers? Please unmute, or technical team, if you don't have the permission, can you please let them do this? Unmute and read it out. I think the permission is given.
Empathy. Empathy is a respectful understanding of what others are feeling. It means putting
Others person. Person shoes. Thank you very much. What's your good name, dear? What's your good name? I think we should highly appreciate that she was having a issue. Oh, the mic also, but still she managed to put. So can you please put your name in the chat, Fazna? Thank you very much, Fazna, for that great gesture. Again, I say what Fazna did now is leadership. Because leadership is grabbing opportunity. Leadership is taking responsibility. When everyone didn't step up, as in the previous speaker did, he said that he solved problems and without being in the leader, what you did is leadership first. So, right, you can be proud about your leadership trait, right? There are a lot of leadership traits. Today I'm talking about empathy, which is very critical for everyone, right? Thank you very much. So now, students, you can see. So what is empathy? Empathy is a respectful understanding of what others are feeling. So if you should know that how others feel in each and every situation. If we have the ability to think from the other side, the person who is sitting next to us, that is called empathy. So simply common sense, what you saying is like, right? It means putting yourself in the other shoes. That is a simple thing. That means like, look at this picture. Right? So for example, this side is a shoe of a person who is an officer, right? A well-mannered or well-versed person. And you can see a torn shoes. If an officer puts that kind of a cloth and buttons or shoes and walks into the office, imagine, then only he will know how the laborer, the cleaning worker, supervisor is feeling. So it's not putting the shoes. That is the common easiest example. Putting yourself in others' shoes. Imagine thinking from the other side. Imagine that we are in the opposite person situation and understanding and analyzing situations to solve problems. So now you can see that my first slide had a lot of shoes and two pieces of one person's leg and a lot of shoes. So that is the very reason that I had that cover photo, right? So empathy is like thinking from the other person's perspective, how they feel considering their own situation. It's not how we feel looking at them. Are you all clear? Empathy is about, again, before going to the next slide, I'm telling. Empathy, right? Putting into other person's shoe. Okay? Right. Hope everyone is okay. Now I'm going to go to the next slide, which has a small difference. So this you know, what is sympathy? We all know that when a funeral happens, we send deepest sympathies. So sympathy, empathy, compassion. There are three words. You should clearly understand. Sympathy is feeling for other person, right? So the person is under the well in the water. Sympathy is staying on top and feeling for him. That's what, right? Empathy, feeling and understanding. Jumping near to that person, going into that person's situation and understanding the pain. And then compassion is one step ahead also, taking the action to get the person out of the problem. In practical world, most of the time we may not be able to be compassionate and solve the problems of the other person, but we all should be empathetic, where we get into that person's feeling and try to understand him rather than looking at top of feeling sorry, ane pau. That will not work, right? So this is it. You can see there are 4 stages. It's like if someone is in trouble, the first is like pity. I'm sorry for you. That's all. It's not good at all. Then sympathy, I feel for you. Empathy, I feel with you. And compassion, I am here for you. I jump together with you and take it. So as leaders, we all want to be empathetic. So what I showed is like, as I said before, every leader will have a team. They will have different problems, different backgrounds, and leaders should be able to look into the team's problems and the person's situations and look into them from their own shoes. Then they will have a good connection with the leader and they will work hard for the leader. And that is the secret of success over there. If not, it's not like military. I force you to do, and you're not in a position to do, and you're not doing, and everything is gone. Right? So now I have 2 videos to understand what empathy is, back-to-back videos. Right. So here you can simply see the servant is polishing the shoe and the person is going. At one point, the servant was tired and just left the thing. And then only that person realized how the servant feels, and you can see the change in behavior. So from morning itself, he brushes the shoes and leaves. When he coming, he is very careful not to step into the mud. Then you come and when you are coming in the outside, you just after the walking in the mud, you just remove it, the mud, and make sure that it's clean. Then you're keeping at the house again, keeping it properly. Why? The house owner started being empathetic. Then he feels how the other person thinks. Still, the person's job is to polish issue that's happening. But when he started feeling for the person, the additional value addition came to that person. And definitely the person who was tired and keeping the brush away will never do that because he has a normal job to do. So that is the power of empathy, right? It's another video again to learn more about empathy. 2-minute video only.
Makes total sense. Just open up your mind. What's going on here? What's going on? John's being ridiculous. I'm being ridiculous. You're the one that thinks. Bro, how can you not? Okay, let's calm down. Okay, everybody take your seats. Matthew, John, come up here, please. John, stand over there and face that direction. Matthew, come over here and just do the opposite. You. Okay, boys, turn around. John, what color is the ball? Ball's white. Seriously? Bro, you just like making things difficult? Well, what color do you say the ball is? Black. The ball is black, clearly. I don't know if you see it, but the ball is white. Without looking at the ball, I want you to both switch places. And both of you, please turn around. And what color is the ball now? Okay, please have a seat. Throughout our lives, we believe many things, and we hold dear what we think is right and true. But at times there'll be others who disagree with us. What we believe to be 100% right, they believe the opposite just as strongly. How can that be? Can't they see? We become frustrated, we might grow distant, we may even sever relationships entirely. Slow down. Step into the other person's shoes. Make all the difference.
Right? So in this video again, it's very simple that two people are arguing in their own, and both are right in their own, because one person, the person with the cap, sees that the ball is black because for his side he sees only black, and the other person sees only the white person, and that is white for him. But as external people and the internal people, we should understand the reality that ball had both black and white, and what was visible for me was totally not visible for the other person. So that is how people you meet in life can come. In universities, corporates, and anywhere, the pathway they have come across might have never visible to what we have and what we know. So his perceptions and situations might be 100% relevant to what the person has experienced. So empathy is that. So starting to put ourselves in that person's shoes. So definitely when some person is not doing well or complaining, having a problem, not so good, we should start looking at the problem from their shoes rather than just blaming. Like in this boy, this is black, you should do black. But you should go and see, it was white for him from his side. When this person goes to the other person's side, switch the sides in the table only, they start realizing that the person has never seen the black part in it. If he's seen the black and being adamant, that's a different story. But that is how life is. That is how we work with people. So for the time being, you are university students and you have to realize that when you're working with people in your groups, academic works or volunteer works, other sports activities, when you go outside, so you have to be empathetic. Then you bring that empathetic quality to the corporate. I will not take examples of how you should be a good manager, empathetical. No, because that audience is not here. You are students. You will have sports club, volunteering work, family together. So take that lesson of empathy to your life always. And I think now when we look at this, the pie chart in the first video, that person had no clue, right? It's good to be suspicious, not to give money, but empathetical thinking, because that board says, imagine it is you sitting here. So half of this audience said, I will sometimes give, but the empathetical thinking, yes, if I lost my home, my parents are not here, I am sitting in front of the road. So that person's logic could be same. It could be 100% real. So you have to build that mindset, right? So that is the thinking pattern you have to. So there's nothing to lose in being empathetic. Sometimes some people argue that, oh, so that is not the way. Being good will never go out of fashion. Being good, irrespective of whatever the religion or faith you have, they encourage us to be good, and that will come back to you in any other ways. So normally we are be good with our friends and family, but not with the people who meet in corporate, so professional thing. But always make sure that you think from the other person's perspective. So that is the mindset change I wanted. That's what I had that video first, then the graph, now 2 videos back to back to shift your pattern of thinking to empathy. And that is, as I said, the most important leadership trait. When you have different people, should always understand the different people from different angles. A person who is in Sri Lankan context, we have 4 religion, 3 language, 3 cultures, 2 languages, and subcultures, many. Like if you get Tamil, Jaffna Tamil and Eastern Tamil is different, Jaffna culture and Eastern culture is different. What Nora people and Takuna people thinks is different. The languages, the rituals, everything is different. So a lot of diversity happening all over the place. And when situations are difficult, it's prime importance to be empathetic, right? Right, next. So now we are coming into the practical aspects. Now I think you all are clear that being empathy is important. Now we'll get into action. Again, like few people in the graph, you said some are naturally empathic, some are into that, some are not. Now I'll say 3 A's of empathy. These are the 3 things. If you are being empathy, these are 3 things. One is actively listen. So now I'm telling you, I'll giving you 30 seconds. You have to imagine a situation. Either it could be IEEE volunteers or your sports club, your extended family people, right? So imagine a situation, right? Someone is telling something, complaining something, right? Someone is not doing something, right? From right, then we will see, right? Okay, how you can approach that. Number 1, actively listen. When someone is telling something, you should actively listen. Don't do any other things. Focus and actively listen. So then people will start feeling you. Then acknowledge emotions. So then sometimes people would cry up because of that I couldn't do. That's what I'm fed up. People are here, see a lot of university students under pressure, suicides, love marriage breakups, financial struggles, parental issues. So they could break up in emotions, and always acknowledge their emotions. Never tell no, people are coming from different backgrounds. So acknowledge the emotions. Then avoid comparisons. Sometimes the person who is telling a struggle, you might have already across. Oh, I was not like this. No, it's not the case. You can't compare, because the journey you came across to here to face that struggle, and the journey the same struggle, but this journey that person has come across can be different. So 3 A's of being empathy: active listening, acknowledge emotions, avoid comparison. If you do these 3 things, you can be an empathetic person, right? Next, just some corporate inputs. Is empathy a big deal, right? I was telling that is the main corporate. Yes, you can see 57% of employees would choose empathy over cash. More than a bonus, more than cash advance. People being empathic, the companies being empathetic, leaders are empathetic, people choose it, right? Then 84% of the CEOs believe empathy drives better employee motivation. So when we motivate people, being empathy motivates them than anything. 64% of the employees said that it would impact their job security if they came forward with a mental health issue, right? Because that means if you come across a mental health issue, talk to people, they will not understanding, then that will completely remove their job. So getting into a mental health issue will end up in losing the job. That's what 64% of the people tell. So that's scary. So what they expect is, even if I have a mental health issue, there will be people inside my organization, my friends, family, the corporate will be there to listen to me. So 64% are expecting that love in corporate environment. And 72% of employees believe empathy drives employee motivation. So the good thing here is like CEOs believe 84%, 72% employees believe that empathy is there. So empathy is big deal in this world. And in my future prediction, when AI comes, when artificial intelligence, robots are coming in, the mechanized world is there. So you guys are IT people, so you can envision how kind of a workforce we will have in 10 years. Imagine in 20 years when my daughter is graduating and coming out of the university, work of world, most of the things are automated. People will have chips inside, robotics, artificial intelligence. And then still there is something. The missing piece would be the people factor. So when you go to World Economic Forum and look at the future jobs, there are jobs called mental health supporter, stress release assistant. These kind of jobs are coming in the future with huge demand despite of all the technological advancement. Why? Because people need people to listen and share, right? Now we are jumping into the next item, right? So from practical examples, some practical examples I am trying to take in terms of being empathetic, right? Before that, I'll give you the Q2 technical team. So you put the Q2 in the chat box. So you are having a question there now. Initially, you had that approach of looking at that poor person. Now I have another question, an empathetic situation. We'll see how you respond. I kindly request all of you to respond for this, because then only I can see how you have approaching it. So let's see how it goes. So hope you all can read the question and understand. So simply, it's like you're an IEEE volunteer, a leader. We are an IEEE. You can see, if not IEEE, any organization, sports club or social organization, a team member comes and says that because of academic and exam stress, he's not performing well. That girl, he is not performing well. So what is your next actions? So you have to think as the leader and apply the empathetic principles and then put your answer. Still did not get any responses. Yeah, you can take time. Yes. Oh, quickly. How quick I'm getting. Interesting. Good. Interesting observations. So please, I think I will take another minute or two to grab this time because I 52 participants. Let's say like there are 5 or 6 organizing committee people. I want 45 responses, please. $23 responses. That's good than the previous question, which had only 20. $24. $25, please. $25. 26. At least we should hit 30. $7. But if you have any difficulties in understanding, please put in the chat. At least one says I can translate it to Sinhala or Tamil if you need. You can put a private message just only to me, need translation in the chat, so that I see that at least one people need that and I can quickly convert that and tell it for everyone. 31. Done. Yes, thank you very much. Yeah, I got 31, so it's like it's picking up. I'll wait another minute. 33. Good, good. Then we'll make it 40, guys. It's a good survey to have. Now I can see the response summary. Let's see what has happened. 35. So with 35, 37, with the increasing votes, the change of the graphs are different. I will end up the presentation. Maybe I can remove down the slides and show the differentiation at the end of this presentation. 38 will make it 40, guys, right? 2 more, please. Two more. I'm waiting for 2 more responses. Please, we'll make it 40. 40 is a very good number. 39 and 1 more. Right, so until that we'll go through the questions, right? So the question is like, Mihini is a member of IEEE branch and Mihini was consistently missing meetings and not engaged in activities. So this will happen to every one of you when you are doing voluntary things, right? Now you don't have jobs, right? You are part of voluntary organization, right? Upon approaching Mihiri, she shares that he got it 40. Cheers, very good. She shares that she is dealing with overwhelming academic stress, causing her to struggle with time management and energy. This is also obviously made us to give exam assignment, tarakai. With that, in real life, they can have personal issues, love breakups, financial crises, mothers, fathers thing, whatever the personal thing which we don't know also together. So how you manage? So what is your next step as leader? So these 5 answers have 5 levels of empathy, right? So good thing about this audience is nobody has picked the worst one, right? What is the worst one? What is the option? Number 2, right? Ignore Mihiri's situation, right? So that is, I'm happy that everyone in this audience has passed the minimum test, right? Worst scenario, nobody is there, right? Then I will go with the order of increasing, right? So worst is option 2. Then what is the next most, right? Call for a meeting. Call for a team meeting to discuss Miri's consistent absence and urge her to prioritize her volunteer commitment despite her academic workload. So that's also not good. So you call for a meeting, come, Miri, yes, come, what happens? So you have not done this, Miri. So despite, that's the word. Even though you have these academic things, you have to deliver. No, IEEE conference is coming. How can we stay? Your cricket match is coming tomorrow morning. We have to put up the flyers. You have not sent the designs. How can we do this? If not, you should not take the responsibility, Mihiri. No, that's not the empathetic way of leading. That should end up in burnout. Sometimes that should end up people ending up in suicides. So that is the next most. That's also not good. And there are a few people, I'll go to the graph separately. Few audience in this team had that response. Please do correct them. Since it's an anonymous survey, it's open for you all. Then assign a closed and trustworthy team member as a point of contact for me to talk and seek support. Ensure that this team member can maintain confidentiality. This is good. But again, she came to you as a leader. So you are going to say, right, okay, Rohan, you go and talk to me. If there's anything, you let me know. We are there to support. No, empathy is that she should feel. Don't outsource it. Don't give a team member to solve the problem. You as a leader, you go and own it, solve it, make that person feel that, right, I am here for you. So that is the third learning. You can't outsource it, right? Then the challenge, the competition between option 1 and option 4, right? So if I go to the summary responses, right? So this is how it goes. 43% says option 1 and 50% says option 4, right? What is the difference and what is the answer? The answer is option 4. So 50% of the audience got it right? Perfectly right? So I'll explain the difference. That has a sharp learning for you all. The difference is that, so why option 1 is going a bit low in the empathetical approach also. Send a personalized message to Mihiri, expressing your concern and willingness to help her. That's like in my picture. You can go to this and see in the picture, right? Imagine, right? We'll go back in this, sorry, this empathy graph. Right now, Mihiri is in the water, right? That's the scenario, right? It's like send a personal message to Mihiri expressing your concern and willingness to help her during this challenging time. So, hi Mihiri, came to know that you're having academic stress. Yes, I can understand. We are more than happy to help you. Encourage her to reach out if she needs someone to talk. That is not enough, my dear. If you need anything, please let me know. We are here to support. In most of the suicide cases, what they have said is like, when my emotions are top, I had no one to tell, so I decided this. So that is the missing link, right? The people who have put 42%, you are good, right? The missing part was reach out if she needs. No. Empathy is like, I am there for you, feeling understanding. When you say, I'm here for you, right? That is the fourth answer. Schedule a private one-on-one meeting. So previously it was a text message. Hi, Mihiri. Here you
Recording
one-on-one meeting.
stopped.
So you right? So that is there. We need to discuss academic workload and support. Assure her that the conversation will remain confidential. Discuss academic workload
Recording
and
in
offer
progress.
support. Why we are doing the discussion? Not to hear, but to offer support. So action oriented. I set up a meeting. I discuss how to balance academic, because empathy is like not only right, okay, you don't go, no problem, you are not well, no, right, you do your academics. Then someone comes and said, I have exam. Okay, someone, you go. Ruan comes, you go, then IEEE work will not happen. That is not leadership pose. So you have to step in with the person to solve the problem and then get the support also, right? That is empathetic leadership, leading in the empathetic way. Thank you so much for that wonderful contribution to the thing. We have 7 minutes and I will end up some real life stories for empathy. Sorry. Right? Real life stories for empathy. And I can stop the event for the Q&A, right? Leading with empathy, 4 stories. So first one, give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Right. Okay. So just to say, I think not sure whether you guys have seen everything, right? Just in the chat box, I think you all were there to see the 2007 T20 World Cup. I don't know, sometimes in my university, the kids who I talked to were born in 2007. That's what I was wondering. Organizing committee, the average age would be here, the date of birth for these people would be after 2007. No idea. Fine. Let me say, think that everything happened in the past. That's fine. So this is the first story. You all know that Dhoni is why we call him 2023. 2023 means they were born in 2003 or 2003, or they might have at least know this, right? Okay. This was the first T20 World Cup, right? India, Dhoni was a young captain, not this matured Dhoni. Kondet thiyena that Dhoni, still he was a master, right? You know that final over. So he gave this to a very less experienced fast bowler. And the ball before third ball, the batter hits for 6. So now we only need 2 runs, 3 balls. World Cup final, right? You know what happened? What Dhoni got and said. So he was telling in an interview, Dhoni asked him not to take any pressure. Hi, Jogi, don't worry. He says, look at the word in that activity also. Dhoni reassured the pacer that he would take the responsibility for the loss. If he lose, I'll take the responsibility. Don't worry. So imagine how the player would have felt. So that Dhoni thought from the player's young player, not a famous player, thought from his angle, that is empathy. And what he wants is a relief from his captain. Even if I got his 6, I'm not, he will take the responsibility. I'll not let the blame. So he's free. Then what happens? To the surprise, he bowls and Misbah Haq hits, and the next wicket, and India wins the World Cup. That is the only World Cup India won. That is even before IPL. Remember, why? Skill is nothing. That's a good example. IPL has all the talents coming up, but still India would win the World Cup. Why? Because Dhoni was there to run their show, because he was a captain who looks into people empathetically and get things done, get things best of it, right? There are ample examples. These days you might see Ajinkya Rahane, Chennai Super Kings, he was not playing really well. He has given the freedom to Ajinkya, took him up the order, said that play your freedom, and he was the best performer and he came back to the team. So that kind of stories, you should empower people to bring the best in them. That is the magical story. That is what I said. Dhoni is the best captain because Dhoni have won 5 trophies. Rohit have won 5 trophies, but Dhoni was in 11 semi-finals. So consistently coming to final means winning is like luck also, right? Consistently coming for 11 finals is that every year Dhoni had different teams. So different expectation, different people. He knows the art of bringing the best of others by his empathetic approach. So that is what I had, that Dhoni Rohit Sharma up there. It's not only the captain cool, being empathetic. 1. Number 2, there was an old story. You might never even know that current Prime Minister Imran Khan, during his period only Pakistan lift the World Cup. Only time he was in retirement and called upon for the team to come to the World Cup squad to win the World Cup, he won it. And what happened is Inzamamul Haq was a young player, and in a particular match, he hits a pull shot for the first ball. Second ball is out. And what happens is in the plane, Inzamam's seat was next to Imran Khan, and Inzamam was afraid to sit chill. Why? He would scold him. No? But what you know what Inzamam said? Imran Khan said, though you got out second ball, the pull shot you played in the first ball showed your level of confidence. And I know you're going to win the World Cup for Pakistan. And rightly said, semi-finals, Inzamam scores 67 runs from 38 balls. Final, he scores 42 runs. Just a 22-year-old. And he won the World Cup. How two World Cup winning histories were turned out to brilliance by the empathetic approach of the captain. And this is Mahavanatapattu. You might know. He was a schoolboy cricketer of the year. Was very on top in national level. And when he came to international level, first 7 matches were duck. First 7 matches were 0. Mahavanatapattu. But the confidence given by the management, believing in him, he came back and went on to the top of the Sri Lankan cricket history. He was the shots of the books who was playing. And the beauty, my dear friends, there are 2 stories here also. Right? So empathy is sometimes being empathetic will not create in magic always. That can happen. But being empathetic leader is a day in, day out job. Day in, day out job. The top here, Babar Azam in Asia Cup, India match, Mohamed Nawaz was playing. Last over, he had to defend 16 runs. He gave over that 16 runs. And he gave 2 wides also. And in that famous speech that was tweeted by ICC also, Babar Azam was telling, when he was talking to the people in the dressing room, he was telling, Nawaz, you are my match winner. So he has lost the match. If we tell from our side, you are my match winner. We played as a team, we lost as a team. Didn't blame him. And I know that you will win more match for him. Still, Nawaz didn't win a World Cup or anything. Magic didn't happen in Pakistan. But he stepped up as a leader and showed the leadership. And very good with Dassa. We all blame Dassa for a bit of things. But the good thing is, Dassa, you might have seen that he had a habit when team wins, he used to come to the conference but when team loses, he comes along. So whatever the blame comes, he takes the blames and asks the question. So imagine how the people would feel him. That's what I always say, that whatever the technical issues, the batting averages, Dassa is a transformational leader in Sri Lankan cricket because he has that empathetic approach. Before Dassa's captaincy, there were issues among the players. Players' wives were fighting. But he gelled the team together because of his empathetic approach. And still we won a lot of cups. So that is some real examples what we see in, day out. And with that, we are concluding our lesson for empathy today. 7:30, and as I was told by the team, now we can open for Q&A. Right, time to test. It was a test I already gave it to the team, the volunteer test. But technical team, there's an optional test. You just put it in the chat for the team. You can go home and do. That's an empathetical test that is available in the internet that have 15 questions. Then you will get a score. So that's a scientific. Then you can grow. And again, when we look at this presentation summary, like 50% were good in answer, 40% were in second answer, and few were in the outside also. So you also can think of improving your empathetical skills. So please do that test. The team can, IEEE team can put it in the chat. That's an additional homework. 50 questions, MCQ only. Try it out at your home. You will get a marks. Then that marks will give you an understanding on what kind of thing you have to do also. Right? Any questions? So this is again, I'm closing my presentation with the same photo. So as volunteers, as family people, get ready to get into the different shoes as leaders. So if you are a leader, that's what again we are concluding. Leading with empathy is the most important leadership trait, because as when you step into a leader, you have different shoes waiting in front of you. So you have to step into them differently to become an exceptional leader. Open for questions or any discussions. Strong and empathetic leadership is essential in promoting a positive. Where is that? Sorry, I missed the chat. Strong and empathetic leadership is essential in promoting a positive work environment. But how? Very simple. When you are empathetic, people feel for you, they will trust you, they will work for you, they will always do the extra work, and that will bring out all positive work environment. When you trust your leader, for a very simple question. Whenever you go home, you feel safe and understood by your mother. The same more or less equal feeling you get from your leader in your organization or a team, and imagine how much commitment you will put in. Empathy is the only way to get people motivated. They feel, and the empathetical approach, the beauty is like the approach I have for you, A and B and C are different. So leader has a role to play. Leaders must handle conflicts within their teams or between team members in a constructive manner. Right, so please briefly explain about conflict resolution skills. Yes, very good thing. Yes, there's no fairy tales happening in organization. When there conflict happen, there's recording stopped. Requirement you have to understand, right? Let's say, right, okay, two people are not agreement in something, then as a leader you can come and solve it. So the basic of conflict resolution, please note that you have to make sure that the person who is solving should show both of them that I am willing to solve the problem. That is the first thing, willingness to solve the approach. If both of them seeing that he is coming to just time pass, no, genuine willingness you have to show first. Number two, then understand both the stories and make sure both of them come to a junction that we are speaking inside a frame. This is the conflict, this is the situation, we are going to solve only this. Don't connect this with your personal thing, don't connect this with the something happened last meeting or something happening on the future. No, this is the framework, frame it. Then see, you both can, the solution is depending on the conversation. See where it went wrong and how it went wrong. And both three parties should have the same intention to come out of that. Then automatically the intentions are good, they will come out of it. Right? I have a big chat also. Leaders must, right, Hari. This is a real life situation I went through. One of my team, I just disappeared for some reason. I personally contacted her through calls since it's impossible that day to talk to her in person. And she left the club. May I know how should I handle this since I don't have any more influence on her? Again, very simple. Nafis, if the person is not contactable or this thing, it could be different reason we cannot imagine at all. Only thing is like to find whatever the way she is to contact back, and you have to reach that person. Maybe sometimes we don't know, something drastic has happened in the family, few people got sickness or something, she is not in a mood to use the phone even. So always try to map a person's network in such situation. See who are the friends of that girl, maybe any family people, people who travel in the bus or something, and find the other circle of people in the network and find more information first. Then you can decide on whether you can talk back or not. Right? So detailed investigation in the network to find more information and be open to talk to her. That's it. If the team don't accept me as a leader, how to face situation? Very simple. Why they are not accepting? You should know the reason. Like politicians, we all know why we are not accepting. They are corrupt and everything. So main thing is like if you not know the reason, then you don't know. So if a team is common, if I'm telling Hansini, if a team is, first thing is like how you come to know that your team is not accepting. So that is a trigger point, right? Right? Okay, then from that person dig deep, right? Okay, don't tell me the person, be very frank, I want to improve. What is that person told bad about me? If not one thing, if not number two, right? Over team say you came to know that what to do. Then be open that you need to grow and be helpful for the team so that you can do something like a unknown open questionnaire. in Google at all. Don't ask and write to them, because writing can match the person. No. So give me what I would improve, what I can help you, how much you rate me or something. So they will put and tell. Then the first thing is, I'm with experience, I'm telling people do not want all their problems solved, but they want to be heard. When I was in corporate, we did that, right? When factory floor workers were coming, what we did is like we had a forum called FOT, that is Frontera Operational Task Force, where every department, the driving department, the operation department, manufacturing, every department has a representative. The cleaning department, they have the opportunity to talk to the management every month. So Frontera is a company where there is no union. Why? Because there is a methodology to communicate, right? මිනිස්සුන්ට ඇහුම්කන් දීමේ ක්‍රියාපටිපාටියක් තිබීම. That is the layman single word, but we tell how you can make sure that the team members are connected to you. That is the main thing. Any other question? Good questions at all. Actually, I'm really happy that this is more or less a soft related topic. Still, you guys had good questions, right? That really motivates me, right? Just one thing I can share, just you can see the result of the this thing, I think. What do you call the sessions? You see? So this was the initial thing, right? 25 responses, right? You can see. So green is sometimes. So sometimes like 28, 28, 40, 56. 56 purple, doubtful. Only 24, 6 is 30, 40 people immediately give, right? So then after the session, there was a separate difference in the approach. 50% solid, 100% good, let's say A plus solution. 42, 43%, it's like A or B plus solution. So only few and the other one. So as a program trainer also, this a model I can be happy about the way the thinking pattern has impacted you. Like only 10% has the different thinking, but that's obvious, right? And that's not wrong also. You might have thought in different ways, but try to be empathetic. So that is successful for me as a trainer also. Yes, that's it. Thank you very much.
Recording in progress.
And I think the Q&A session comes to an end with that. We can't find enough words to express our heartiest gratitude to you, sir. Thank you for sharing your priceless experiences with us. Your words were truly an inspiration. I'm more
just
than
one
sure.
thing I missed it. Sorry, just I couldn't show the final screen. Yeah, just if you were more than happy to be connected with you all, please search Mohamed Rushdi Hadhi. That is my how it appears in the screen. That is how I'm in Facebook and LinkedIn, particularly LinkedIn. I'll be 100% following up all the messages. That's a professional network, right? Please do keep in touch with me.
Thank you, sir. And now it's time to present the token of appreciation to our guest speaker of the second talk session of Upskill 2023. Thank you so much, Mr. Mohamed Rushdi, for that memorable and interesting session. We're more than lucky to have you with us as one of the guest speakers for the day. Once again, thank you, sir, for your valuable time. As a sign of our gratitude, please accept this digital token of appreciation.
Thank you so much, team. It was great being part of this. And I, as the initial speaker said, also you guys, IEEE guys are doing a great work in doing such workshops, and the work, the professionalism, everything. I really appreciate it. Even like I was told to come earlier to check the technicalities, and one person jumped in and we went to another meeting to check my mics and sets. So it's all professional stuff. That is the place where you grow. So for others also, not only IEEE, whatever the volunteering work you do, engage in it, from which you will grow for sure.
Thank you so much, sir. And now we will take a quick group photo once again. You can use the virtual background which was shared, and also it has been shared again now. I kindly request you all to turn on your cameras and join with us for the group photo.
Yes. Nice to see your faces finally.
Okay, so under my count, say cheese, guys. 3, 2, 1.
Cheers.
Okay, thank you everyone for joining for the group photo. And also a feedback form has been shared in the chat. So you are welcome to share your true honest reviews and help us give you what you are truly looking forward to in these workshops and sessions that we organize for you. Once again, thank you, Mr. Mohamed Rushdi, for accepting our invitation and being here with us today. And as we have come,
all the best. Cheers.
Thank you, sir. And as we have come to the conclusion of today's event, let us be grateful to the people who have dedicated their valuable time to this event. Now, I cordially invite Inesha Pandigama, the program team lead of IEEE Let's Talk 2023, to deliver the vote of thanks.
Thank you, Mitara. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm delighted to witness the success of Day 1 of Upskill 2023, organized by Let's Talk IEEE Young Professionals Sri Lanka. And our featured Mr. Thilina Bandara, who did the talk session 1, and Mr. Mohamed Rushdi Hadhi, who did the talk session 2. Your valuable insights and knowledge have undoubtedly left a significant impact on all of us, and we are grateful for their willingness to share their expertise and wisdoms, which will undoubtedly contribute to the development of future leaders. Your dedication to help us, young professionals and students, is truly commendable, and we hope to have the privilege of welcoming you back in the future. And also, a special round of applause goes to our dedicated organizing committee and volunteers. Your hard work and commitment behind these scenes have ensured the seamless execution of this event. And the attendees, it has been a day filled with learning, inspiration, and networking, and we couldn't have achieved this without your enthusiastic participation. And as we have come to the closing of Day 1 with 2 successful talk sessions, let's carry this enthusiasm and knowledge gained. Once again, thank you to everyone who involved for making Day 1 a resounding success. Looking forward to an amazing Day 2. Thank you very much. I'm Inesha Pandigama on behalf of the organizing committee.
Okay. Thank you, Inesha, for your grateful words. And now it's time to say goodbye to all of you. Thank you, everyone, for your interactive participation. And we are pretty sure that you all have gained something valuable out of these amazing sessions. Let's meet again tomorrow with the third talk session on entrepreneurial mindset and the panel discussion on unleashing entrepreneurial success of Upskill 2023. Until then, stay safe and have a good night.
See you guys. Bye. Good night.
Good night, sir.